I'm good, man.
That
Good
was
to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
It's been a while.
Yes, doing what we do.
So tell me about it. What's going on with how did you get all this started? I mean, you're still doing it today.
Right. Well, this all started. I started the Funkanauts in like 1996. And it all started from me and my brother. When we lived in San Francisco, we had a UFO experience.
Oh, wow.
And it was
a UFO experience.
We lived in San Francisco and we got floated out of the window and onto a ship, and we got put onto this round table that had all these not handprints, but impressions for your arms and for your legs. And it was polished. It was big silver table. And I want to say it was in a circle. It could have been in a, cause we couldn't really see anything. We couldn't talk and we couldn't move. It's like we couldn't.
You couldn't move.
I was like looking at him like this with my arms and shit on the table, and we wanted to scream and but we couldn't. And so this shit came down from the ceiling and it went into my nose, and something else went into this ear, and you can still feel it's like a little thing, and I got like scoop marks and whatnot. But what happened?
Wait, can I? No.
Go ahead, unpack it.
What?
Unpack it, whichever you want to ask me.
I just wanted to know, can I feel that?
Come on, right here. You gotta like really get into it, but you could feel like a little.
Oh yeah. Oh whoa. They left that.
Yeah. Right. So with all that being said, the next morning I woke up and told my mom. Right. And my mom was like, nah, you're dreaming, and such and so forth. But it wasn't a dream. It was real. We went out the window. And the reason I know that is because I've had memory regression.
You went out the window.
We floated out the window on Juice Street can't remember the address, but it's on Juice Street off Monterey Boulevard in San Francisco.
Okay.
And we floated out through the glass.
You and your brother.
Me and my brother. And we floated up to this ship. And it was these gray aliens. They weren't trying to harm us or anything like that because I've had so many experiences, but it was an initial download of information. Like I know so much information about the Bible, about Egypt, about music, and it's not, some of it is not that I study it just naturally. Maybe that was the download to get into it, but it has been just such a journey to where I just know shit where I haven't even studied it, And like I was telling you earlier, it's like I know secrets of the Shriners, the Masons, the Elks, and all this stuff just from studying those Egyptian mystery school stuff. You know what I mean? All that information. And my whole thing is if I'm going to be a part of anything, I'd rather be a part of whatever was that ruling dynasty of the earth. Because when it was called Tamaray or Kemet at one point. And when you have that kind of dynasty and you're ruling from Egypt all the way to California, and that's all your land, and you have these people in Mexico who are Olmecs walking from Africa, and before George Washington, there was 9 black presidents, so.
I wanted to ask you, I didn't want to interrupt the whole thing, but were you able to take a look at the aliens? What did they look like?
They were, they kind of masked themselves because, maybe they don't mask themselves, but when you come back, they make you forget.
I understand. I think I could see that.
But in your memory regression, you go back to your subconscious and you see stuff because your eyes are recording all the time. Even when you're driving, you're seeing shit. Your subconscious is recording people in their car and such and so forth. You know what I mean? You're always recording. Right. And it's just like with all the cameras that people have now, you're always on camera. Motherfucker look good,
Oh, you took me off of
I'm sorry.
that connection.
Yeah.
But no, listen, that is, you were abducted by aliens.
Yes. And it's been a continuous thing. It's not just one time. It's like, for instance, I didn't tell you this. My brother denied it for years. For years. Until one day I was like crying. I was like, dude, you gotta remember.
Right.
And he broke down crying too. And he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. You're right. And he described the exact same thing I was telling you.
Right.
And it just made me like, whoa, I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So,
no.
But we went to this ceremony, this Native American ceremony in where was it? Shasta.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big circle. We had like a men's circle and they had like a women's circle over there. And they told us that the sky people were coming that night.
Who are the sky people?
It was UFOs and whoever was coming to our ceremony. And maybe midnight, we went out to this particular field and we were watching, we're looking at Mount Shasta right here, and it's no roads up there. No, it's the mountain, but all these lights were moving around the mountain.
Right.
We watched it for maybe till 3 a.m.
Oh.
I mean, have you ever seen Close Encounters? No.
No, listen, bro, I don't see a lot of stuff in what I'm hearing because of what I've seen. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff. I didn't see that.
Let's just say we're watching. If anybody ever seen Close Encounters, those ships that was coming down, you know, and he was seen.
Right.
And at the end of the movie, when they really showed him, that's what we were watching. No, we didn't see that. All we seen was lights. So we was maybe 3 a.m. and we go back to our campsite. So we were camping maybe two or 3 days. We go this way. And when we turn around, this is in back of us. This. Watching us the whole time, dude. Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing shit. I'm about to fucking.
No, dude. Just let it all out. I appreciate you.
I mean, you don't even know.
To let me know.
But it was amazing. So I know that it exists. And if they wanted to harm us, they would have harmed us right there.
Right.
They had full access.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I mean, the technology. That sounds like.
Because we're watching this, but they're watching us.
Yeah.
You know, it was humongous with all these amazing lights and shit going on. It was mad. For me, it looked like a beach ball. But if you were really there, if you really seen it, man, it was massive. If it would have landed, it would have been as big as your house. Maybe bigger, maybe wow. 3 or 4 houses, just massive.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was incredible. So that is what started me in the Funkanauts, because it's like I'm playing funk, but I'm an astronaut still searching for that sound. And the sound is the frequency that what I always say when I'm playing, and I'm just ranting, but the rant comes from spirit. And I always say I'm here to unlock the negative vibrations that subdue the earth's consciousness. Mm-hmm. And with music and sound, and if I'm fucking, giving you, however it goes, but I'm giving you frequencies.
You bet.
And
I understand
changing, shifting dimensions and things like this, and parting that negative stuff for you to walk through and receive that true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I do. And fuck. I don't know.
Dude, that's you're like a storyteller, brother. I could see the whole picture.
So
as a musician, I can see
as my mom naming me Jason. And I love, I love stories. I'm a big fan of Asian stories, of African stories and folklore and whatnot, just from what I study. But my mom named me Jason. And so Funkanauts, Jason and the Argonauts, Jason and the Funkanauts. I haven't gone Jason and the Funkanauts yet because I'm driving the ship, you know, and I'm in a spaceship when I'm playing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And even if you probably go outside when we're playing, you'll probably see the real me up there. You know?
Right.
But so that's the whole thing about that is that it's you know, Jason and the Argonauts were going to get the golden fleece and things like that, and all those things are symbolic about other things, you know. Mm-hmm. And if you know that kind of symbology, then you can understand. I'm not remembering right now because I would say it, but you know, it's all about that. So another story is my mom went to her prom to the prom with Sly Stone.
Sly and the Family Stone.
So somehow my friends Robert Ball, Malcolm Peoples, who passed away, incredible drummer and bass player, start calling me Jay Stone. Mm-hmm. And that's how that whole name came to be. So it was Jay Stone, you know, and then I thought of the band The Funkanauts in 1996. We got 5 CDs out. And the latest one is called Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth.
At 1996.
No, the first one was called Bringers of the Dawn. And that title was inspired by a book by Barbara Marcianak called Bringers of the Dawn. And she's talking about these beings called the Pleiadians. Okay. And the Pleiadians are trying to help Earth. But, you know, when you really dig down into it, you know, well, I'm not going to say that, but let's just say you have good people and bad people and everything, just like electricity and fire. Fire could burn your house down or you could make dinner, you know?
Yeah.
With people, you have people that have your back and you have people that don't have your back. That goes in everything, you know?
You know, I know that already.
Yeah.
You don't even have to fly away from Earth with the story you told me, but the story you told me was great.
Yeah.
And what really inspired me is you wrote a song about it.
Yeah, I did.
And you're here tonight to sing that song. And I appreciate you wanting to come out to the DW studio and do that.
Yes, sir.
So, we'll be right back after this message. And, Jay Stone's going to do his song called
Carried Away.
Carry Away. We'll be right back. Jay Stone, everybody.
I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling the truth. I've scars on my body. If you need the proof, I floated out the window, and my brother too. I told my mother this up. She said, boy, you were dreaming, and you Aquarius. I went to a big room. It was like a cathedral. It was no one but me. I went to a window. You never guess what I seen. I got carried away to another place. Not ashamed to say, I got carried away to another place. I got carried away. I got carried away I got carried away. They put us on the table. It was polished and cold. Something came from the ceiling, went into my nose. Looked at my brother on the table to the right. He wanted to scream. I could see it in his eyes. We went to a big room. I looked out the window. Okay.
All that happened, huh?
Yeah. It was for real, man. I mean, I couldn't make any of that up. You know what I mean? I couldn't make any of it up.
Right. No, it didn't sound,
majestic.
especially when your brother was on the side of the table.
Dude, I looked at
and
him.
you looked at him and he wanted to shout, but he couldn't.
It was like, you know what I mean? But we couldn't even, the only thing we could move was our fingers.
Right.
You know, I don't even know if we could move our toes, but it was just so, they call it sleep paralysis.
Right.
You know, but it wasn't that. We weren't asleep. We were wide awake.
Oh my
feeling
God.
all those emotions of being scared and out of our house. You know what I mean? And somewhere else on a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? And put back in our bed. You know?
So they weren't worried about if you could feel it. They were just worried about that you didn't die while they were doing the process of information.
Supposedly, I guess, but these might be the progenitors of the earth, of humans. You know what I mean? The first people the pioneers of earth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who the gods who are changing things and implanting things in people. So you might have another Abraham, you might have another Moses. I'm not into all that stuff, but I know about it.
Right.
You know, or another Tesla, you know what I mean? Or another Einstein or something. So,
yeah,
I feel like from my standpoint, I got downloaded with this, talent or whatever, cause I was taking guitar lessons, at like 13, but all this happened when I was like 7. One instance, I was telling you, I did BMX and I had all my friends. I used to jump, the ramps, but I had everyone on my street. On this street was called Mangle Street. We lived at 635 Mangles in San Francisco. And I had all the friends that lived in the street on the floor and I was jumping over them over a ramp because they, I was good. And, this one particular day, again, the sun came out of the sky, from behind us. And I'm jumping on the ramp, but it's over me now.
Sorry.
I get off my bike. Rachel, my friend, she gets up. I see her while all this shit happened instantly. I'm on the ramp. Boom. She get up and I see the shit. I throw my bike and just land on my feet. And then I'm like watching, dude, the motherfucking sun, went down the street.
Right.
And we're all watching.
What?
We never talked about it. And I want to contact them on Instagram. And remember that day?
Right when the sun moved down the street.
And we watched it. It was humongous.
What was that all about?
Dude, I have no clue. But that's after the story I told you about. That was the next most pertinent one that I remember. It might have been stuff in between that, but from that time when we lived on Juice Street, which was about maybe 3 or 4 blocks to the west of Mangle Street.
Right.
Mangle Street was where we did the ramp and all this stuff. But, it was incredible, man. I mean, it was a big ball that floated down our street. And we watched it all as like kids. I must have been about 10, 11 because I moved to Oakland when I was 1982, when I was 12, I was born in 1970.
Right.
And it was amazing. And all this has inspired all this. All these things have inspired me to do all this.
Right.
You know, and to study Egypt because that's the only place. I mean, you can look on your dollar bill. There's a pyramid on there. So
I've seen that
there's
pyramid.
So much important information about Egypt that Black people haven't even studied, regular Black people. But if you realize that that's you know, and you see that, you need to see yourself. That's the only place you could go in this world and see yourself at that wall. See your nose, see your eyes, see your body shape, you know, where you can see yourself in greatness.
Got it.
You know, fuck.
Wow, that's deep, brother. As you were saying, because I've never really seen myself. I mean, look at me. I'm DW. You don't see a lot of DWs around.
Look up SETI. Look up SETI, and you see you.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I'm glad we put that down on camera so I can go back because, you know, right now I'm feeling where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And SETI.
SETI.
Yeah.
Look him up. You'll see you. You'll see your nose. You'll see your ears.
Okay.
You know, you'll see all that shit.
So we've got Jay Stone here, and he's told his story, and I thank you for coming out today. Let's give it up for Jay Stone and the songs that he sings. He's gonna go out. We're gonna play that funky music, white boy. You want to get on there? Want to turn it up a little bit? I love this song. Grew up with it. Hey, hey, ah! I love this. But how do the lyrics go? Now, I'm with Jay Stone. I better know this stuff. Hey, hey! Okay. I know it. Here we go. There was this boogie singer playing in a rock and roll band. I never had no problem, hey, burning down the one night stand and everything around me, hey. Well, I got to start to feeling so low, and I decided quickly, yes I did, to just go down and check out the show. And they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, right? Play that funky music, white boy. Play down the boogie and play that funky music till you die. Do you die? Oh, do you die? Come on, get that play that funky music. Ow! Jay Stone! Let's give it up for Jay Stone! Thank you for watching the GW show. Next time! That's right.